Hey, everybody. 195 of the Basement Tapes here. As that intro is playing, I love the jam and I love the visuals, but I also take that time to do stuff like drink my water and look at certain things on my phone for some stupid reason. We are in 1970, firmly entrenched in 1970 with a real bona fide baseball card set that contains pictures of real active baseball players. The 1970, you ready for this, folks? The 1970 Kellogg set. Yes, Kellogg's. Man, what a time. What a time to be a kid in America. If you're young enough, you don't have to worry about the draft. If you're old enough, you can get yourself some baseball cards with your cereal every morning. Mom will do anything to placate you and get you out the door in a timely fashion. In my case, a little later on, it was, I guess, my brother's at this point. It was like, hey, have your bowl of cereal, walk 3 blocks by yourself in the city to school, and we'll see you on the other side. I got to stay home at that point, and perhaps I got to fondle these cards with the cereal in my veins, pulsating through my veins. So 7 of these cards. Let's get to Beckett OPG. Sorry about my monologue there. 76 cards, $4.92 average value, $374 total value, $150 to $300 for a set of these cards. Good luck with that price. The cards in this 75 card set measure approximately 2.25 by 3.5. The 1970 Kellogg set was Kellogg's first venture into the baseball card producing field. The design incorporates a brilliant color photo of the player set against an indistinct background, which is then covered with a layer of plastic to simulate a 3-D look. Some veteran card dealers consider cards 16 to 230 to be in shorter supply than the other cards in the set. The cards were individually inserted, one per specially marked boxes of Kellogg's cereal. Cards still found in the wrapper intact are valued 50% greater than the values listed below. Kellogg's also distributed 6 card packs, which were available when collectors bought 2 card team patches. These packs are still occasionally seen in the hobby and have a current value of $35. Take that with a grain of salt. Prices change, and I'm not quite sure when this information was entered in the Beckett OPG, but it's probably been a minute. Top 3, Roberto Clemente, Willie Mays, Reggie Jackson, and Johnny Bench are tied. So Roberto Clemente is your clear leader, followed by Mays, Jackson, and Bench, tied in a 3-way tie, they call that. Of course, Mickey Mantle's gone. Some other players are getting long in the tooth. Other players decided not to sign up for this promotion for whatever reason they had. I'm sure it was a valid reason. TCDB, 2.25 inch by 3.5 inches are the 75 cards of the 1970 Kellogg's 3D Superstars, it says here. I don't see any superstars, but maybe there are. Atlanta Braves, Orioles, Red Sox, Angels, Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Indians, Tigers, Astros, Royals, Dodgers, Twins, Expos, Mets, Yankees, Athletics, Phillies, Pirates, Padres, Giants, Pilots, Cardinals, and the Senators. The Pilots holding on for dear life, even though they are already in Milwaukee, safely ensconced on the banks of the Lake Michigan. Robert Gibson, we call him Bob, has an error variation card. 71A has 1,959 innings. His 1959 innings pitched as blank, whereas the corrected 71B has his 1959, or I say 1,959 innings as 76 pitched. Hall of Famers abound. McCovey, Seaver, Sutton, Mays, Marichal, Robinson, Perry, Robinson again, Aparicio, Clemente, Stargell, Jackson, Billy Williams, Banks, Santo, Brock, Carew, Kaline, Bench, Killebrew, Oliva, 2 Bob Gibsons, and 1 Joe Morgan. Inserts and relateds. There were iron-on patches that you could get in cahoots with these things. Look at the packaging. Folks, I can't wait to see the packaging. Look at this. Wonderful, wonderful. Free inside, one of 75 different autographed 3D baseball cards. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You had cereal in the form of cornflakes with a cup of sugar poured into your twice fat milk. and then you had cards, and then you had this beautiful reading material to get you through that that first most important meal of the day. You could also get a cooking thermometer set for $1 back in the day. My mother never put raspberries or strawberries or anything in my cereal. I didn't know. Sure, you could dress them up according to the picture, but we never really had that happen. Here are the 6 free 3D baseball trading cards packages with the 2 iron-ons. So you buy yourself a couple patches and you get a SPI, Livonia, Michigan, copyright 1970, MLBPA, and MLBPC. There's Al Kaline there, and there's the patches on the back there. I feel like I have some of those patches too. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, Michigan generated packs, and of course we have 2 Detroit players there too. So I wonder if there was any bias towards Tigers or whether that's just a coincidence. Trivia associated with this set: single cards were available in single brands of Kellogg cereal and a mail-in program offered complete sets. Let's look at the gallery here. And these cards felt like they were waterproof and milk-proof and food-proof. Of course, unlike the other cards issued up to this point, from the bubblegum days, these did not have to be edible. So these were all sorts of plastic and all sorts of fun stuff like that. Exographs, I think, made these. Exographs has a long history in the sport of card collecting. Yes, to some it's a sport. For me, it's a hobby. Exographs traces its history back to the late 60s, I guess, in cards, and then well into present day. There's still a branch or two connected to the hobby tree. Let's see. Ed Kranepool leads us off. Number 1, beautiful baseball that says Mets, followed by the seams. In between the seams is Kranepool, and then first base below that. And Edward Kranepool has a facsimile signature. He is set up in a nondescript baseball stadium and posed for your viewing pleasure. Backs of the cards have that light blue and dark blue hue with a little bit of white there for their wonderful career stats and year-by-year stats. Pete Rose is card number 2. Cleon Jones. If you didn't know the players' first names, this was a great way to learn them by these cards, because all you got was the last name on the card. So fun set, historic set. I know we had some test issues by Topps back in the day. There's Reggie Jackson in what appears to be Shea Stadium in the background. So that's fun to see with an athletics player. But you had, I think that's at Shea Stadium, because remember, that's a different layer. So very well maybe Shea Stadium. Anyway, historic set for regular issue and out there to the public. And just a fun set. Let's read the back of one of these cards. Maybe Denny McClain, who is certainly a rascal. And Tigers, McClain, pitcher, Denny McClain. Card number 73 out of 75. This is kind of difficult to read. The bottoms are always difficult to read on these Kellogg's cards, but it has the MLB logo and the MLBPA logo. Position: pitcher, bats right, throws right. Born March 29th, 1944. Height 6 foot 1 inch. Weight 186. Hobby is the organ. 3D superstar major league pitching record has his yearly stats as well as his career stats. Quite a second half of the 60s. He had, of course, Denny, a son-in-law of Lou Boudreau, former major league shortstop and manager, was named the American League's most valuable player and winner of the Cy Young Memorial Award in 1968. In the same year, he also led the league in a number of games won and in winning percentage. In 1969, he pitched for the American League All-Stars and finished the year with 24 wins, more than any other AL pitcher. Tommy Harper there with the Pilots. Of course, the Pilots would be in exactly 1 year in Seattle, and so this is kind of an expired, as is Don Minchner, card number 75. Expired. Anyway, there they are, the 1970 Kellogg's 3D Superstars. Historically wonderful and a game changer for most of us mooks that were born in the 70s. Of course, they're prone to cracking, but aren't we all? And you gotta hope and pray that these things just stay in one piece. Getting them slabbed seems kind of weird because then you'll end up with a possibility of a cracked card in a slab, which makes no sense to anybody anywhere. So anyway, that's it. Basement Tapes number 195. It's getting fun here in the 1970s.